Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm giving myself the challenge of trying to, so there's this perch I caught in Lake Michigan a long time ago. And I started to mount it, and now it's basically freeze-dried, so I'm giving myself the challenge of trying to fix it, but here's what we have to deal with. This is not gonna be easy. You have to rehydrate those fins, and they're total, look at it. Totally destroyed. There's nothing else in there. So let's see if I can fix this and then maybe fit an eye in there. I'm not even sure, man. Like I said, I'm not super confident that I'll be able to do it, but it's worth a shot. I mean, it was a monster perch and I went crazy when I caught that thing. And I mean, it really just needs eyes and fins, but the main thing I'm worried about is the fins. I'm not going to be doing it in my shop. I'm actually going to be doing it in my dad's shop because he has more fish stuff in there, but yeah. Now this is like super messy. I need to get this out of there. My dad just mounted a wood duck. I just moved it over there, but this is just super messy, so let me just clean this up real quick. And oh, there we go. That's much better. Now, I do have this that I might use. I'm going to set the fish up on this mounting stand, so I'll catch you guys when I get that set up. Alright, so I actually already have this thing like pinned and everything, so I just really need to set it up and just work on the eyes, and then, like I said, I'm most worried about these fins. So let me get this set up real quick. So now that we got this set up, I'm going to get some water, which I have in this container, and then an acid brush, and then be smart to put a little paper towel down here just so I can kind of get that acid brush wet and rehydrate these fins. Now, obviously, I'm going to repair these fins, but that's just like I keep saying, but it's just like I basically freeze-dried it. So I have to just go off my reference photo on what the fins look like because this is just ridiculous. This, I am happy that this is fine because that was like one of the biggest things I was worried about. Like I said, I mean, these ones, like, it's not the end of the world because it's, like, a kind of easy repair, but if they're too damaged, then it may just not look as natural. And this was, like, a bigger fish, so that's why I was mainly worried, but I'm honestly just going to pour some on a paper towel and just squeeze it on there. But we do have to wait till this dries to put to put the fin repair carding stuff on. So, but I just want to do that so I can add on I want to put on the water so I can form these a little bit better and add on the mesh so that these don't warp and twirl. So I'm gonna go grab those wires and show you what I do. So I actually found this bag of fish making stuff, which is perfect. So it's just this like plastic stuff, which I mean any plastic works fine, but this is what you want, is this wire mesh. If you don't have this, I recommend drilling holes or putting holes in this plastic on the opposite side. But that's only if you're gonna do one. If you're gonna do multiple, I just buy this. I mean, it's pretty cheap on Amazon. And this stuff also works great. It doesn't have to be wire, but if you have like this stuff, this type of window mesh, it'll work really good. So yeah, so I'm just gonna cut these out to the shape of the fins, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so I have all of our cutouts here. This is just some of them, but I'll show you how I'm gonna place them on. So you have that's not the picture of it. Anal fin. So so you have the anal fin cut out here, just to the somewhat of the shape of it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna get the wire mesh over it, and then use my cutters, cut the wire mesh to the shape of the carding. And then we'll have this on this side. And you might be saying, well, why do we use the mesh? And it's so, first of all, these are these stay together, and second of all, you might just be saying like, well, then why don't you just use cardboard or something? And it's because this has like holes in it, and so it'll be able to dry faster. Well, just dry in mine, because if you just had another one of these on the back of it, it would take a super long time to dry, and it's just not worth doing it the wrong way. Now, you're going to take some paper clips. Put your piece on how it goes, and get your wire mesh on the back. And place her on there. Put the paper clip on the wire mesh and the piece of plastic. So now, I'm just going to do that to the rest of the fins. Alright, so there it is done. I'm going to see if I can find these eyes and maybe put them in. I'm not sure if I want to wait till it's done drying or not. I mean, I'll try to put them in. The eye socket's a little small, so I might have to cut it out a little bit. This eye socket's a little better, but I mean, yeah, I just need to also cut out some of that, because this is like, there's some like mache in there that's covering all the gills. So I'll work on shingling the gills too. Let me see if I can find the eyes. Alright, so I found the eyes. Gotta make sure the pupil's facing the right way. So I had a pair of these eyes, and they, the first pair was too small, so I had to, get a new pair, and this is a new pair, and this one fits a little better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a scalpel, and since there's a little bit of like mache right there, just kind of going to cut it, and then maybe cut a little bit of this excess part of the socket. See if I can. There we go. See if that'll fit in. A little bit better maybe. There we go. Oops. So now I'm just gonna work on moving the eye to the right spot. Oh, right there. We will rebuild around the eye ring a little bit more, but I have a reference piece of paper right here on a different perch, wild, and so kind of look at that for the eye reference. Alright, so now I'm going to do it to the other side. Alright, so just got the eye attached. So just kind of making sure these fins are straight. Definitely looks a lot better with that. So now, got a few scraps laying around. But right now I'm just going to try and get this mache that's stuck in the gill plate. So, see if I can get it out. It's like a big chunk. I'm glad I spotted that. Whoa, it's coming out. There it is. I was stuck in the gill plate. That is not good. Still a little bit. Alright guys, so I do spot that these gills are like pressed against this gill plate. So I'm gonna try and rehydrate it with some water. And maybe I can be able to move them because they're like hard. And like I said, this thing's practically freeze dried, so not sure I'll be able to move anything at all. Yes, sir. They're kind of moving. There's still like mache stuck in there, which might be holding it back. So let me try. Ooh, just got some. Yeah. Looks like I put in too much mache when I did do this. So what I'm going to try and do is stick this pin in there and then just push it back. They're not going to look good, which is okay. Because I want it to be more, maybe you want to have a little bit more of a front-facing fish, so they won't really see that. But with that pin, I guess it'll kind of dry more out. Yeah, so I'll have to rebuild some of this skin and maybe even rebuild gills, I'm not sure. But just kind of make sure everything's lined up correctly. Some more mache stuck in the vent. Should probably, there we go. But I mean, once it gets painted and we repair everything, it won't look half bad. Will be a good showroom fish. Maybe. But yeah, so now I just let that dry with a fan on it, so we need the fan set up. Alright, so we got the fan set up with a little bottle. This is what it looks like, so we just have the fan angled going at it inside the mouth. I do have to say, it's looking pretty good. Now, mainly, the point of this fan is just to dry the inside of the fish. Because that's why I have it, the fan going inside the mouth, so it can get inside the fish. Because the skin is freeze-dried, so the skin's already dried, but the inside I don't think is quite ready yet. But you can see what I'm kind of talking about. Those gills are stuck to this gill plate. But I mean, should be good. Probably just have that on it for about a week and then paint it. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of mounting a perch that's freeze dried.